Technology has become a basic part of life for many of us. It connects us to family, work, and friends. It connects us to information and knowledge. It connects us to the world. Many older adults, however, especially those over the age of 75, are uncomfortable with the newer technologies. Why do so many older folks shy away from the newer technology? And how can we make these technologies more accessible to the elders of our society? Fear is one of the main reasons for technology avoidance. That, and they've been programmed to believe, you are old, you can't grow. The story you are about to see will show you that learning and growth can occur at any age. With a different approach, new ideas and new technologies are less frightening. Watch as new windows to the world open up before them right at the end of their fingers.
Today we did the first session of teaching our residents how to use the resident apps, and it was our first training with some of our residents who haven't had any experience with using technology like that or computers or anything. Welcome. We're just going to start with the very, very basic how to turn it on and off.
I'm really excited that Touchtown's partnered with Claremont Park. This is brand new for us. The Touchtown Resident Apps is a tool to connect communities with residents. It's a technology to bring senior life just more enrichment with their communities, getting information to them as quickly as possible, keeping them up to date, and also engaging the residents to be part of their communities.
If you'll look at the top corner of your tablet, there's a little button. So press and hold that down.
Do you want the one on the end and the one
press
on the
down?
Yes, and so press and hold the one on the end down, the smaller button.
Take your finger, hold it, let go.
And so for Sonny, you'll want to hit power off. We have tablets for all of the residents at Claremont Park where we can communicate with them through messages. They can look at calendars, they can look up other residents' information, staff information. There's just a ton of information on there at their fingertips. So this is what the home screen of the Touchtown app looks like. This is what your tablet's going to be on most of the time. The main thing that we're using it for is for daily check-in. That's just, yes, I'm fine, I'm doing okay, I'm up and moving around. So the next box over is a big green check. One of the most difficult things for residents to learn is that it's technology and that it's not scary. A lot of residents say, I've never used a computer, I don't have a cell phone, I don't know how to use a tablet, I don't know how I'll learn that.
Well, a while back, my children had a tablet, and they brought it over and wanted me to try it to see if this is something that would be good for me to have. Well, I tried it, and all I could get was a bunch of gobbledygoo because I didn't know how to tap it correctly. And I said, no, it's not for me.
It's definitely a learning curve if you have never done that before. Some tap really hard and then they realize, oh, it's just a light touch.
Just tap that back arrow.
I think it's because you have more than one, your hand.
There you go.
And then swiping, sometimes they get off the screen and then the swipe doesn't work. So I think it's just the physical things that they've had to learn. How to use the tablets have been a little more difficult.
Carl and I were sitting next to each other with such puzzled looks trying to plug in the tablet. And I thought, oh my gosh, what a start.
We started with having a staff member teaching and then the residents helping, and realized Mary, who was so great at teaching, some of the staff members came up to me and said, you know, she could teach the classes herself.
All right, on your tablet, at the very top, that very small band is where you turn it on, okay? For me to get hands-on, to be able to find ways to reach people, to teach people, is such a bonus to me that you wouldn't believe it, because it's given me such a lift. My family is just laughing out the kazoo because I am not a technical person, and here I am teaching all these people how to use this tablet, and how cool is that? How about you, Carl? Are you okay with it? Okay.
I think it's so cool that she has gotten so comfortable with the tablets that now she's able to teach the residents, and she's teaching most of the classes.
Teaching is my thing. I love teaching, and to see people who are so afraid of it, and then all of a sudden they look up and they see this, and they're going like this, and then they look up and you can see it. The light bulb comes on, just like it does with a kid who's learning their letters. It's the same thing. The light bulb comes on, and it's a miracle. It's just fun. The more we got into it, the more I thought, this can be really cool. The problem with it is it's too much information all at one time. And then I started thinking about how I learn things, and how perhaps for some of the people that live here who are older than I am, who are more set in their ways than I am, that it could be really difficult for them to do if there's too much. So the next thing we knew, we scaled back a whole bunch of stuff off the tablet, and it made sense. Okay, so there you are. Now you're home. The next piece, which is my latest invention, and this is the one where I show them, this is your screen, this is what it looks like, and when you get a message, if you do, this is what your screen's gonna look like. So you've got two options. You can either listen to the message and click OK, or you can read it for yourself and click OK. It made sense to do it that way. I talked to him about, don't worry about all the other stuff yet. We're going to talk about it, but don't worry about it. Just worry about the checking in. Any questions?
Practice. I would tell them to practice, because it's just it's something that can become automatic in my mind.
Channel, which is in the bottom right-hand corner. It's that light blue icon. So this is
Skyping was the first thing my daughter showed me how to do, and that made me then want to do emails and internet. So one thing led to another, and I don't feel so out of the mainstream anymore.
I'm learning more and more about the symbols, and it's going to become something that I feel right at my fingertips all day long. I can turn to whenever I want to know something, or if I want to speak to my family, if I have email back and forth, and I just feel in complete communication with family and friends, which is a wonderful feeling.
Now I can go to the tablet and research flowers, anything in watercolor, to get an idea of what it looks like.
It's so much more convenient. I can wake in the morning and I can look in my email and see who's doing what and respond if I need to. It's just very convenient and wonderful.
I love being a part of a community that is working to change the paradigm of aging in our culture. And I think this is one of many ways of getting people to respect it more.
What you have just seen has shown that we should not give up on anyone. There is always room for growing and learning. Parts of the adult brain are as malleable as a baby's brain. We can create new connections. We can even grow new neurons, allowing us to all be lifelong learners.